And to do this, I'm going to bring out my Stahlwille deep offset wrench. What up, guys? CP the Tool Addict. Woo! I know this is a mess. It's absolutely wearing me out. I just wanted to start off the video and just talk about all the junk ratchets I have in here. Like the old Blackhawk USA, Craftsman USA, Thorson USA. A ton of them. There's a few Taiwanese ratchets in here mixed in, but for the most part, and I'll be honest with you, I have a bunch more in a box. I have over 350 ratchets. Okay, which is absolutely insane. And once again, I don't condone doing this. And this isn't for me to do a penis sizing competition like other people like to do, because I'm really not into that. But I just, this video is going to be about a ratchet today, okay? And my obsession is just finding the ultimate ratchet. Over the years, I'm very stuck on certain ratchets for certain jobs. This Koken is very much one of my favorite for getting into tight spaces and small ratchet because of the back drag and using it on really, really fine work. It is absolutely the bee's knees. It is absolutely just, the size of it's perfect. The back drag, when I put it on this little thumb wheel, makes a huge difference. And then I always went to this Matco right here. It was a locking flex head. It's gotten a little bit weak on trying to lock it. I will say that kind of annoys me when you try to lock it. This switch is not comfortable on doing this. And I know guys love this locking mechanism on the Matco, but my overall feeling over it is that if it's a pain in my ass, then it's a pain, and then I'm not gonna like it. And that means that everything about it has to really feel good to me. When you're talking about spending the kind of money that I've spent, and a lot of you do, even if you have 4 ratchets, but you spent the most money you could on those ratchets, I think that every aspect of that ratchet should be enjoyable. And you can just see on here that the edges on this are sharper. It sticks into my finger. And I have a legitimate right. Now, I've used this one forever, and this is an older Matco one, keep in mind. But this is one of my go-tos. I use this for a lot. I use this a lot. In fact, I also use this one a lot. In fact, you can see this one's so ingrained with oil that it's turned shiny. But these are probably my 2 most used quarter-inch ratchets in that aspect, and this one is in there too. But I had to pick up another ratchet, and I'm going to put this one away and put the Koken back away, because if I don't, I will forget them. But we're talking about locking flex heads today, and a couple of designs have been out. I don't think I have any other locking flex heads, but I picked up a new ratchet, and this, I gotta say, we're going to talk about this, and my passion for this is going to come out, because there's some really, really good, interesting things I want to talk about. Okay, I've talked enough about the Matco, but this button push on the Mac, I'm not a fan of. And I want you to notate right here, too, the yoke size of this. Just take a little peek at that yoke size and just look how much thinner it is, even than the Matco. So I will give it to the Matco for strength on this, because if you see, I'm not a fan of these ratchets, and I've said it multiple times. But I picked up this Stahlwille, or Stahlwille for us uncultured folk. But I picked up this Stahlwille, and this is a 416QR, and this is made in Germany, 100%. Very proudly made in Germany. And a couple things I want to talk about how this might become one of my more used ratchets, and then some things that might not. First of all, for a flex head, I really was liking this design. I really do, for this quarter-inch. And quite frankly, it does everything I need to do, other than the fact that when I go to lock it and unlock it, it pisses me off. It really does. And I think that's just due to buildup, maybe. I could warranty it and whatnot, but here's the thing is, if I warranty this and that I can't keep that handle, that's going to irritate me, because that ratchet's been with me for over 15 years. Okay, so this ratchet, as long as I can get head kits for it, I'm going to keep this ratchet. Secondly, I do love the ratchet handle on this Stahlwille. And I'm going to bring you in here close here after a second here, but I want to talk about the features just of the ratchet itself. The locking flex head is a push button, much like the Mac, but it's not. It doesn't have as many positions as the Mac, so it locks in this position, and it locks in this position, and then it locks somewhat straight. It's literally got Peronis. If you don't know what that is, look it up. Don't look it up in front of your kids. But anyways, and then it locks in this position. So it basically has it has 1, 2, 3, 4-ish, I guess. 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 positions. And so this one doesn't lock down like this, which I don't know why you would want a ratchet. That's what kills me about some of these locking flex heads. When I hear guys talk about them. Why does your ratchet lock all the way down? If you've ever used, that's like trying to pee in your face, which, look at this. I'm trying to get this thing to lock right now. I don't know that I've ever had to use my ratchet like that really crazy. But why would you want it to be locked down that far? I don't know. Whatever. I can't. I don't know. Whatever's people is, but that would probably be decent. And I guess if I had to get somewhere behind something, maybe you could. But whatever. I would use a different tool than probably this ratchet. But nonetheless, I digress. So those features are kind of that feature is kind of quirky to me. The other thing is that this plate is not metal. It is plastic. Look at the mark I just put in there. That plate is not plastic. Now this is FOD approved. I will say that. So I am concerned. I'm not concerned with it as far as quality wise. It should be good, but some reason they use a plastic plate and they get away with it. It is a quick release, and the button is pretty positively engaged. Use this extra long Cornwell socket, but it is positively engaged. The fitment is pretty tight for an off-brand socket. The head kit's moving in there a little bit, but as far as the socket moving on the anvil, it is very tightly fit. So, and this is an 80 tooth, by the way, too. Very fine tooth. So 4 degree. Get a 40-degree swing on it pretty easy. Also, the switch. I like the switch, and I hate the switch at the same time. The switch, it has a little bit of a weird feel to it. I don't know what it is, but nonetheless, I don't know. So that's kind of things. But now let's talk about the things that I absolutely love about it. And to do this, I'm going to bring out my Stahlwille deep offset wrenches. I want you to notice the machining on a Stahlwille wrench here. These are like a polished, they're processed, they're forged steel. These are very, very, so everybody handles this, but the polishing, this is a tool that has soul. And I don't know how to explain this other than this tool, and that's what I see with this ratchet here. Let me get you in here real tight. If you look at this, none of the grind marks, they don't really care about any of that stuff. Like this has some imperfections in it. And what really makes Stahlwille stand out to me is that these ratchets, every tool you get from Stahlwille is like a fingerprint. No two Stahlwille tools are the same. Each one of them have their own personality, so to speak. And you can almost tell that in the feel of the ratchet and just the machining of the material. Stahlwille is considered the Snap-on of Germany or Europe, but and look at the yoke size too. Also, I wanted to talk about that. This is a beefy ratchet for a 1/4 inch. This is stout. They use a pin style, but I mean, compared to this wimpy Mac one, look at the yoke on that. They're not messing around. Or our Matco, USA Matco. Look at that. These guys are not messing around. They're not taking any chances. The head kit's going to fail far before the rest of this ratchet will, as far as that. But on a 1/4 inch, you're not going to ever probably put this to the test. So that's the thing that my passion with these tools comes in, is when I get a tool like this. And now those little nuances that I didn't like, but the quality of work, craftsmanship that goes into these tools. There's somebody that did all these polishing, and they did all the grinding, and all this was done by hand in Germany, and their factory is so cool. If you Google the factory, it's so cool. It's like on a cobblestone street. One of these days, and I was talking to Steve at Tool Demos about this, and he was wanting to get a Stahlwille. He was talking about getting a Stahlwille ratchet, and I was like, I want to do too. This deal came up on Amazon. I'll put a link, but I got this for 125 bucks, so that's why I jumped on getting this. Been waiting a long time to find this ratchet for a good deal. I kind of wanted to get the 3/8. I do love Stahlwille tools, and I love getting some Stahlwille tools because once again, like I said, they're perfectly imperfect. That's the best way to put it. Stahlwille, perfectly imperfect. And what that means is just the craftsmanship, the things that they do and use on their tools is absolutely bar none impeccable. And it's like old school machining and hand grinding and all the things that they do. These have soul. These are tools with a soul. That's all there is to it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it might have gotten really passionate at the end there, but I hope you enjoyed this video. But man, I am completely smitten by having this ratchet. There's a few disappointments, but like I said, this is like a fingerprint. Look at the, you can see that right there. But anyways, guys, like, comment, share, subscribe, ring that bell. Remember, keep your hands dirty and your money clean. Thanks.